Hi everyone, today we are going to model this 3D asset. This is a game model which I have made for a client. Okay, so without further ado, let's start. First, I'm deleting everything and resetting this on x-axis, and I'm grabbing my reference image here, and by pressing Alt G you can set it in the middle. I'm adding a plane. Okay, scaling this down a little bit. Basically this is all basic modeling. So first we'll get the shape. This is a beginner tutorial for someone who is looking to get started into modeling. Okay, now I'm extruding this. Adjusting all the vertices and wait. Hitting S on the keyboard will help you to align all these vertices. Okay, then I'm mirroring this. Wait, and converting into a mesh. So now you have the middle part which is ready. Selecting some vertices over here. Okay, it seems to be doubled here. Wait, let me do this again. Go to the modifier, add a mirror modifier, and we have to mirror it on the y-axis, and then we'll convert it to the mesh. So we have this ready. Then I go to edit mode, grab all these vertices, hit M and merge it at the center, like just to make sure if there are no loose vertices. We don't want to join the vertices, just make sure that there are no loose vertices. Then we go back into object mode and select edges, and we'll bevel these edges now. So this looks like this, and I'll grab the face and just move it forward in the x-axis so that we get the shape. Let's zoom in and see properly how it looks. Okay, it's all looking good. Now let's put some material here. So I'll assign a new material and I'll give it a green color, and I'll make it metallic and bring down the roughness to 0.2, and let's smooth shade and see how it looks. Well, it looks good. Okay, this is the reference photo which I have from the client, and this is how it's looking. Let's delete this middle edge, we don't need this. Hit delete and dissolve the edge. Right click and dissolve the edge. Okay, now we can insert the faces over here a little bit. Okay, and now we'll select all these and insert it by 0.2 something, and what you can do is copy that value and paste it over here so that it remains same for all of the faces. I forgot to copy it. Let's insert it again and write Control C, copy, Control V, select the other face and hit Control V and paste the thickness over here so that it same for this face. Control C and Control V, copy, same for this face. Insert, Control V, insert again, Control V to copy the same value so we have the same insert everywhere. Okay, now we'll see how it looks. Shade smooth, see, this is how it's looking. The middle edge is gone and there's smooth bevel on all the corners. It's looking much like the reference now. Okay, so what we can do now is go back into the x-axis front view and let's start modeling the back part here. Okay, let's select all the edges, go back into edit mode and select all the edges. To select all the edges you have to hit alt, hit alt and select one edge first, then select the other edge and while pressing alt, so that will select the entire edge loop. And then we can extrude it. Okay, I'm extruding it in the z-axis and scaling it down, adjusting it properly so that it looks good. Okay, scaling it a little bit more. Okay, this looks fine, I think. Let's see it from your, insert it a little bit, move it towards the x-axis a little bit. Okay, now we'll select all the edges and looks nice now. Okay, let's add a loop here. And I'm moving it again forward a little bit. I just want to get the exact shape there. Okay, so this is how it looks. Let's add another extrude and scale it again. Okay, let's select some vertices manually and move it in the Z direction. Okay, this looks good now. Select the edges. Okay, selecting all the edges again. it a little bit in the x-axis. Okay, it looks good now. So I have that depth which is visible in the photo. This the depth that is there in the corners. Okay, now I'll select the outer edge here and I'll move it back in the x-axis. This is how it looks now. Let's see smooth shade and see how it looks. Go back in the object mode and shade smooth. Okay, this is how it's looking. Go back in the edit mode and let's cut some loop to make it even more smoother. Increasing the factor pushes the line to where we want to put it. So first put the line and then increase or decrease the factor. So this puts the line exactly where we want. This is important to get the smooth result. So when you will smooth it, it will look completely different. Now before adding the loops and the cuts, I am actually selecting these faces and giving it a material, because then there are so many faces to select, then it's not possible. So I'm assigning a new material here. Click on the assign button and on those selected faces it will assign the new material. Go into the shader editor and I'll give it a little bit of dark shade. This is my second material. I'm making it a little bit darker. Okay, bringing down the roughness. Go back into edit mode. Select all the faces and assign the material. Okay, now I'll select the other faces also and do the same. Select the face, select the material and hit assign. Select the faces again. Select the upper faces. As you can see in the reference, we have to select the upper faces also. Hit assign. The way to select the faces, first select one of them and then while pressing alt select the one next to it and it will select the entire loop. Okay, let's shade smooth and see how it looks. Go back in the object mode and this is how it's looking. And this is the reference photo. Okay, now I'm giving trying to give some exact colors here so that it matches with our reference. Let's use some color editor like Canva to get the exact shade here. Okay, so now I have this ready. I've pasted this color from here and this is the color that I want. Let's see how it looks. This is the darker shade and the lighter shade. Let's take a look at the reference and see how it's looking. I think it looks same. Okay, looks good to me. Yeah, go back into edit mode, and now we will add these loops and see. As you can see, as soon as we add these loops, the object becomes more smooth. This is very important for the smooth result. See, when you add this loop over here, it gives smoothness, overall smoothness. Without these loops, the object will look very harsh, and this gives the smoothness exactly where you need. Since this is a game asset, I'm not making a high poly mesh here. It's a low poly mesh, but it has smooth edges here. So we are doing both things. We are making a low poly mesh while making it smooth also, exactly how we want. So this is the first part done here. We have made this, and this makes this first part almost complete. Select file and export it in a GLB. Here I'm giving it a name. This will help us to see this model in the model editor, real time, how it looks in the model viewer. So let's take a look at how it's looking. Open Chrome. Wait, I didn't save it properly, I think. Okay, let me give it a name. emerald.gb export, and let's open Chrome. Open the window, GLB model editor, and drag and drop. Okay, model editor here. So all you have to do is drag your file to check how it looks. I've saved it in game assets. Okay, let me grab my file quickly and just drag and drop. Okay, this is how it's looking real time. This is a model viewer. This is how the model will look in the game engine. When it will be integrated in the game, this is how the model will look. These are my other models which I have previously made. As you can see, it also has a texture which we are going to add further. All of these are the models which I've made. And okay, this one is the diamond. It has the metallic shine to it and a bump texture which gives this kind of 3D effect. Okay, let's get back to Blender and let's make the other parts now. So now we have finished this front part. Let's create a plane and start over the other part. Rotate it 90 degrees, move it up, go back in edit mode and select the edges, move it up. Here I'm speeding this video a little bit, so all I'm doing is extruding the shape over here. I'm trying to get this shape here, so I'll hit 2 on the keyboard, grab the edge and hit E to extrude it. Grab the edge, hit E on the keyboard to extrude it, and I'll continue extruding till I have this shape ready. Okay, so here I'm speeding up the video and quickly making the shapes by moving the vertices and the edges, extruding it and placing it properly. Now when I come to the end, I'm hitting M by selecting both the vertices, hit M and merge it at the center. This will have the merged vertices. Now I'll select the inner loop and extrude it in the x-axis. Hit 0 in the z-axis and extrude it in the x-axis. This is how it looks. Okay, now I'm scaling it inwards. Why is it not working? Wait. Okay, I'm scaling it inside like so. Okay, now I'm manually moving and adjusting, so I'll pause, speed up the video again. I'm adjusting all the vertices according to the reference image, and this is how it looks. Okay, selecting the edge loop, the outer edge loop, and extruding it again in the x-axis. Let's take a look at the reference again. This is my reference image, and okay, now let's select the edge. Let's give some divisions and shade smooth. Let's add a material. Okay, and let's cut some more loops into it. Go back into edit mode and okay, yeah, that looks good. See, as you can see, this gives smoothness. As soon as you add more loops, the object becomes more and more smooth. But we don't want to add just too many loops. We want to add loops at the corners. Here I was trying to select this loop, but I don't know why it is not working. I thought I wanted to insert these, but it doesn't seem to work. So I'll manually select all these faces. Speed up the video again. Here I'm actually manually selecting all these faces here. I want to add an inset. Okay, now I'll insert it a little bit inside. This is how it's looking. Okay, this is done. Now what I want is the inside part. So we have made the two parts, and now we want to make the one that is inside. So for this I'll again add a plane, mesh plane, and rotate it again in the y-axis and 90 degrees. Okay, and I'll subdivide it in edit mode. Select A and select everything. Wait, okay, subdivide it 5 times. Okay, now we can select all, subdivide it 5 times. Now we can select the vertices and move it according to our shape. Here I'm fast forwarding the video again, trying to give the rough shape here. You don't have to be exact since it will go in the middle. You have to move it in the x-axis. See, this is how it looks. Okay, this is the middle plane image that we have. Now we will give this also a material, a new material. This shade is a little bit darker than the other two, so I'll give it a new material here. Hit plus to give a new material, click on new, and let's bring back the shade editor. Control C, copy this material first, the existing material, and this color that we have, the dark green shade, we are going to use the darkest green here. Let me check the colors again. The lighter shade, okay, I'm going to make it metallic, and this is 0.2 the roughness, and this is my darkest one. So I have 3 materials now: material 1, material 2, and material 3. They all are ranging from light to dark. Okay, looks good. Now let's add the bump map to give the thickness, the textures. Okay, let's select the model and okay, I'm tweaking this again. This is the dark shade, but this is very dark. Looks good. Okay, so now it's looking exactly as the reference. The dark, I think it's too dark. That's because it's metallic right now. Okay, let's save this and let's see how it looks in the GLB file. So I have not saved this file yet. Anytime the lights can go and all the work, then this is the best idea is to save it again and again. Okay, let's export it and see how it looks in the GLB viewer. Model editor, and let's drag and drop the emerald file. Okay, this is how it's looking. The shade is too dark in the middle one. We can make it a little bit lighter. Okay, I can make this one a little bit lighter. Export it again to see how it looks. Let's check it again. Drag and drop and see how it looks. Looks better. It's looking good now. Okay, let's take a look. Wait, this is my texture. This is the bump texture which I am going to use. It will give the details here. So I'll drop the image here and I'll connect. Wait, maximize window. Okay, and then hit Control T and add a bump map, connect to the height and this one to the normal. Okay, as you can see, the result is not proper because this model is not unwrapped. To fix it, we can go back into the edit mode and then we select everything, hit U on the keyboard to unwrap, smart unwrap, and now you can see that it has been unwrapped. Okay, the dots are visible now, but they are too big, so we can scale it down from 1 to 5, so the dot will be smaller in size now. Okay, this is the texture. Similarly, I'll apply the texture to everything and fast forward the video here. Okay, it has been done and let's save it, export it and see how it looks in the viewer. Hit the model editor and drag and drop the file which we saved currently. Okay, as you can see, the textures are now visible. You can see the texture when I zoom in, they are clearly visible and the shine is there, the metallic shine and everything. Okay, this is the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching. Okay, wait, I also have to make the end of this, that is the back part. So it is very simple. We just have to mirror this part, select this part and go into modifiers and mirror it. Hit N first. We have to bring the pivot point in the center. So hit N and then I'm in object mode and bring this is the pivot point. We have to bring it in the center and align it with the edge. Okay, then hit the mirror modifier and mirror it in the Z axis. So now we have the front and the back, and now all that is left to do, now we can select this object here and Ctrl C Ctrl V to copy it and rotate it in the Z axis 180 degrees and move it back in place. So this will have the same backside that was there on the front side. Okay, and there you go. Now let's export it and check how it's looking. Okay, now drag and drop the file and you have the back part. See, we have the front and the back, the front and the back. So this brings us to the end of the tutorial. Thank you for watching.